Hey guys, welcome to my first video. This is all very new to me because this is my very start of entering the YouTube industry. I'm gonna be putting out a lot of content. Hopefully, my next video will be talking about the new house, the house tour. I'll give you guys a full house tour as my next video. So look out for that. But anyways, we can get into my daily full makeup look. I usually don't do too much, and I usually style my hair first, but I think I want to make a separate video of all the different styles that I use for my hair and how to get that. The very first thing I do is I just moisturize. Usually I moisturize everything. Whenever I'm getting ready, I moisturize my body, and then the last thing I do is moisturize my face. But since we're doing this a little differently, I'm just gonna start off by moisturizing my face. And honestly, I don't use a moisturizer made for your face. I just use a regular body lotion, which probably isn't the best idea, which is why I'm not gonna share what lotion I use. People do ask me a lot about my skin, and I honestly do not do too much to it for it to stay clear. All I use is St. Ives face scrub in the shower every time I shower, which I know is not good as well. People always tell me that is not good to use, but it's done me well for a while, so I'm gonna continue using that. Or at least until I get around to finding myself a routine. Start with the moisturizer, and then we get blush. I use this BareMinerals powder. It's the You Had Me at Merlot. I will also put the products and everything in the description to make it a little easier. So I'll try to explain everything here, but I will link all the products if I can find the links. But if not, I'll just put the name. So start off with that's the very first thing, the blush. And I usually start from kind of the corner first of my face here. And I put my first layer kind of spreading it towards my cheekbones. And then I put one more dab here. So what I'm doing is I'm just going basically getting blush all around this area. And then I like to dab a little on the side, like that, you can kind of see. And then I go under my eyes so I can get a little bit of pink under there. And then basically do the same thing on the other side. A little bit extra on the cheekbones, because at the very end I like to put highlight, and sometimes the highlight rubs off a little bit of the blush. And fair warning, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not a person who has done this for very long. I've been doing this look for maybe like a month and a half, maybe a little longer, 2 months. So I'm not too familiar with how to use makeup. So if you guys are willing to give me constructive criticism, I'd love that. Give me ideas on what I can do, and I'll also be doing a lot of looks on here as well. Now we have moved on to doing the freckles, and for this I use L'Oreal Magic Root Cover-Up. And so it's basically made to like spray and touch up like your roots and whatever. But if you do this in a specific way, you can get it to spit instead of spray. And when you get it to spit, it'll spit out little brown dots. You can kind of see some, it's kind of like all over at the bottom of this, but they kind of spray out like this, and then you go over your face. Specific color is the light golden brown. I found that to be a pretty good color for my skin. I used to use a medium brown color, and that worked for a little bit, but it was a little too dark sometimes, because with these, there's kind of like a sweet spot. There's, in the very beginning when you're using it, it's gonna be very light, and you're gonna have to keep spraying it or keep doing them over and over. And then once it's like kind of like towards like the medium or mid part of the can, towards like the end, that's kind of like the sweet spot. And then towards the end, it'll get darker, and it'll spray tinier, if that makes sense. You gotta be careful with this as well, because it does kind of stain walls. I have a couple stains on here, which I can just fix with some wall cleaner, you know. But make sure you're kind of staying away from white stuff. This might be a problem right now. This also does drip. So what I usually use, I'm usually shirtless when I'm getting ready, but I don't want to be shirtless for this video for obvious reasons. But I usually go shirtless because it does get on your clothes. So I recommend doing this before you get fully ready. Basically, you'll hear it spray. So that's the spray. You can kind of hear it. And then I also do this with no music playing, because you kind of got to listen to it as well. Then you can hear it kind of, there you go. You can hear it spitting like that. That's when you know it's good to go over your face. So we're gonna do that right now. You can wait to hear it spit right there. And in the very beginning, I used to do my left side first and then my right side. That's probably what I recommend if you guys were willing to try this, because it makes things a little easier to kind of focus on one side first before going on to the next. But since I've been doing this for a while, I kind of got used to it. So you can kind of see that spray a little bit. I can probably use a little bit more, but I'll show you guys up close in a second. So after you're doing that, you can see that it's pretty dark all around your face, and what I like to do is wipe off where I don't want anything to be on. Sometimes it gets on like my forehead or like under my eyebrow, and then sometimes it gets like on my lip, like above my lips, on my chin. Just wipe off wherever you don't want it. It's very easy to wipe off. And then with same brush that I use for my blush, I just kind of go around all around the area that I have put the freckles on, and I just keep brushing and blending until they are not too visible. And there you go. You can kind of see that it's a little bit lighter and it's not too dark. Next, we're gonna be doing the step before I do the eyeliner, which is all I do is this is a palette. Really doesn't matter the palette, because all you need is black. I use black here, and I get one of these brushes here that I also got from Sephora. It's just like a pack of brushes. Honestly, not anything too interesting. They're a little bit expensive. Just dab here just a little bit. So you start at the corner, and then you just drag it towards the back like that. And then I usually do three, like little dabs of the eyeshadow. And then now for this, so we started in the middle. Now we're gonna start at the kind of top of the eye. Kind of bring it in like this, and drag it out. And then we're gonna do one more, and we're gonna make this inner, or the outer corner, I guess, a little darker. Then drag it out more, and then for the last thing, you're just gonna go at the very bottom right here, and then kind of like end it right there. And then do the exact same thing on the other side. Super easy, really hard to mess up. And this is the brush that I use. It's like kind of like a flatter tip but rounded. Got both sides done. That's what it looks on this side. That's what it looks on this side. And what's really good about doing this is that once we start the eyeliner portion, if you do happen to mess up, you're most likely gonna have to redo this part. But what's helpful with this is that it's very hard to see the eyeliner that's on top of it. So you can kind of mess up, and I've walked out many times with this one being nowhere close to this one, and well, like the actual liner part, and it looks fine because these are still, you know, relatively symmetrical. I use a Fenty Beauty, there's no point in trying to focus this, but I use the Fenty Beauty liquid eyeliner, felt tip. They're a little bit more expensive, they're like $20, but best eyeliner that I've used, at least from my own experience. Start my eyeliner, and I start it at the very corner, again, of my eye. Start here, and I drag it out, and then connect the top right there. And that's what I usually do. Nothing too crazy for this one. See, you can barely see it. You can kind of see how it looks on top of that. A little bit darker than this. So I'm gonna do the same thing here on the other side. And there we go. This one's a little different from the other one, but like I said, you can kind of get away with not super symmetrical eyeliner because this does help. And connect the under part and drag it out just a little bit under my eye. Right there. There we go. I just dragged it a little bit under, like that. And then from there, well, basically do that on both sides. We can do that right now. From that area is where we start the line that goes down. That's probably the hardest part of this tutorial. It's what shows the most, and so it's what kind of needs the most amount of symmetry. So you do gotta try your best to get them at the right angle. That's all it really is, just getting them down at the right angle. You're just gonna get kind of like the corner, not the very, very corner, because I do notice a lot of people who try to recreate this this look, they go at the very, very corner right here, and it makes it look more like a V shape, which we don't want. We want to bring it a little bit closer to the eye, so start it maybe like around here where you ended the eyeliner and connected, and you bring that out, down, and then you start connecting like that. So I can demonstrate that for you. Start at the corner. And there, that's what you, and you can always mess around with the angles. Sometimes mine are a little lower and pointed this way. Sometimes they're a little bit pointed back. And you can kind of mess around and see what looks best with your eyes, because putting them down makes them look a little bigger. Putting them back kind of gives you that snatched look sometimes. But just mess around with what angle you put it at. That's the biggest thing with these two. And then do the same thing on the other side. So next, I use this NYX Waterline eyeliner. It's just like a pencil that you just sharpen. And what I like to do with this, I'm not really used to using Waterline eyeliner. So I pull my eyes down and I just color in inner corner, I mean the water ducts, waterline, whatever it's called. This is why I do the inner corner last for my eyeliner, because this is the inner corner usually gets the most watery, and if I try to put the eyeliner when it's watery, it does not work out. We can move on to highlighter. So I use the Becca highlighter. specifically the Prosecco Pop. This color is really nice on me. I use a slightly fluffier brush. So just get a little bit, and what I usually do is I start from right around like the part where the eyeshadow starts, and I bring it down down my cheekbones, kind of just follow that line. I grab just like a dab of highlighter again and put it in my inner corner just like that. The inner corner, what I like to do is basically, well, before I whip that out, basically I bring it from the very corner and I just bring it out, and then once I bring it out I connect it to the side right here, or to the bottom part I should say. So just like that, to the outside really quick. And then once you do that, you can kind of fill in just a little bit at the top right here, the corner to the top of your eyelid, kind of like just a small line that goes on the inner part out. That's basically it for the eyes. I use this NYX eyebrow pencil. I usually use black. I know some people recommend using like a shade under for your eyebrows, but my eyebrows are usually pretty full. They just get a little bit sparse or scarce towards the end of my eyebrows, and so I only really use the ends, so I just fill it in just a tiny bit, just like that, and I just sharpen the edge or the end. Just bring it out a little bit, sharpen it. There you go. That's all I really do. The last thing to do with the eyeliner, I like to put two moles, one here, one there. Just gotta make a dot. Sometimes they come out a little bit too big. Always fix that. I usually like to get it like about that size. This size is a little bit too big. Basically, kind of do my own lip tint. Sort of. I use this liquid matte lipstick from e.l.f. Just some random lipstick that I liked the main color of. I wet my lips a little bit so it's not too dry, and then I make dots from corner to corner. So I just go like this, and as you can see, it's a lot. very red, very pinkish red. So then you just get your tissue and then just rub some of it off. You can see how much comes off. And I do this until I get a color that I'm satisfied with. And that's about a good color. So once I'm done with that, just get some chapstick. I'm using some random Burt's Bees ones that I have right now. And just put it on there. And that's basically it. Sometimes what I like to do, if this is a little bit too much, I like to fade it off just by wiping it off a little bit. And it kind of makes it look a little less harsh towards the end. But yeah, that's my look. Not too difficult. It's very simple. Like I said, if you guys recommend me doing anything else or changing anything else, let me know. I'm always down for constructive criticism. Did all this myself. I learned how to do this all myself, and this is just my routine. I don't know if this is correct, but it works for me. And I hope if you guys try it, it works on you guys, and I hope that you guys tag me if you guys try it out yourselves. It'd be really cool to see you guys do my look. So besides that, hope everyone has a beautiful day. Drink your water, stay safe, take your meds, respect your parents. You know, whatever energy you put out into the world is gonna come back to you, so keep that in mind. Alright, bye bye.